So, welcome to your relationship reading for the 5th until the 12th of May 2025. It's going to be general, so please take what resonates and let the rest go. And we just had the change card pop out here. So, yeah, let's welcome in the high frequency archangels, ascended masters, light beings, spirit guides, and our higher self to assist with this reading today. And yeah, so it's going to be Cancer about you and another person, okay? It could be a family member, friend, partner, potential partner, even maybe a work colleague. Let's see. Okay, we're actually going to cut the deck now. So I'm going to pull the cards out here. And then we're going to, I'll have a quick look and then we'll get back to you. So this connection is undergoing some change or rebirth. Okay. The changes are afoot here for you and this other person, Cancer. So we will see in a moment. I'll just grab another row here. And yeah. Okay, at the bottom of the deck we have 4 of Wands. So a milestone is going to be reached. And I think this change is going to be a good thing. Okay, it's going to be a positive thing for both of you. So I'm just going to absorb the energies and get back to you in a moment. Okay, Cancer, I feel like this connection that you have with this other person has been undergoing over time a change or a shift in the nature of the relationship that you have here. You know, this is slow moving change. It's almost has this bittersweet kind of energy about it, which is kind of saying that, you know, there's this sunrise here. Okay, so whilst things can fall away or seem as though they're going through decay of some sort, okay, there's always this potential for renewal. So it's a bit like, you know, the life cycle, you know, when the leaves fall or the seeds drop or whatever, then new life is going to occur. And here you are, Cancer, you know, you're bringing this energy of moving towards something more fulfilling. It's interesting that this person, I think, was, you know, looking to having a 10 of Cups with you, I feel. But what's separating this and this is the 8 of Cups that you're walking away from. So the 10 of Cups was not quite attained, okay? The energy between these two here is the Devil, okay? And I think this is the energy the other person's bringing, and I think they may even be aware that they have some sort of codependent connection with you. At the same time, they could still be feeling attracted to you, okay? And this is what they are kind of hoping for, but I think the nature of it is that you are sort of erring on the side here, Cancer, of I think you're seeing it as a codependent energy, and I think you are wanting to move out of that. Whether or not you are going to be able to shift that with this other person, I feel that you are, or you have made attempts here to show your care and attention and affection to this other person. But I think despite that, it's like, you know, you're still kind of perhaps wanting to have some time out from this connection. And you are certainly here paying some attention to your emotions at this point. You're paying close attention to how you feel when you are around this person. And the interesting thing is that they are wanting to move forward into this connection, but there's also a lot of change here that they're dealing with, as you are as well. And it's really that, I think, Cancer, at this point in time, you're paying attention to your emotions, and you're also observing yourself during these times of conflict. When you are having conflicts with this person, I think you're becoming aware of that, and that, you know, if the conflicts are continual and there's misunderstandings on a continual basis, okay, this I think you're learning something from this connection, or you have learned quite a bit. The other person is sort of going through this. It's interesting that this is the Moon in Cancer, so this is your power card here, Cancer. So in some ways, maybe they have assisted you, okay? Either you feel as though your power is not present, so in some ways have they taken your power, but not necessarily consciously? It could be a subconscious thing, okay? And there's lots of changes here. So this idea of that maybe, you know, if you feel that you've been giving your power away to them, or you've been giving a lot of energy out to them, I think this is going through some changes here. And even if they are preparing to, I guess, move forward or step into the unknown in the connection that they have with you, then this could be something that it may be blocked, or it may be halted due to the changes. Or it could be something that maybe they're willing to make the changes, you know, whatever resonates here. I feel like maybe you've known this person for a while, given that we have the death here, the rebirth, so it's this change. You also have karma here. This is you coming in at the end of a cycle. It's almost like if this has been a soul contract or a karmic connection, I think you're feeling that this is coming to an end. And here you are, yes, you know, just going your merry way here, Cancer. You're going your merry old way, you're stepping into your high frequency here. And probably doing that, being away from this person, because I'm getting the feeling that you're not feeling high frequency in this connection. Okay, and I think maybe this person is bringing some other energies in with them. It may not be their own energy. It could be some energies that they're carrying that they have yet to process and release, which is just the way it falls sometimes. They are sort of a bit hot and cold. They're uncertain, but they're trying to be adaptable and flexible, okay? And they also have this, you know, independence thing here where they are sort of holding space, you know, they're holding space for themselves here. And they have a certain level of mastery and understanding, okay? They also perhaps wanting to focus on their own passions, but maybe they're feeling a bit uncertain about this. Maybe there's some indecision that they're experiencing around their own passions and their own direction. But I mean, they are understanding that I think that this is their energy as well that they're bringing. And I think that through this change, or through this release or relief or rebirth, which could involve you, Cancer, moving away from this connection for a bit, they may realise that this is going to be an awakening for them. I feel like that maybe the two of you have been conflicting and sort of at odds for a while here, even though I feel that there's love and understanding and good intentions here. I feel that it's almost that you just got to put yourselves out of your misery for both of you, and to just sort of go through this acceptance point that, you know, sometimes, certain people, you know, are not supposed to spend, you can agree to spend a certain number of years together, okay? But at a certain point, there needs to be, okay, so we've learned all that we can learn, and now we're going to move up into our own individual higher selves if we don't feel that we can do that whilst being in the same space, okay? And because this other person is definitely, they are focusing on their independence, on creating focus, on creating a better work-life balance. I mean, if this devil here has been them working really hard, okay, maybe at this connection, and, you know, it's sort of like, I feel like they've been putting in here, Cancer, but it's almost like there's some underlying stuff that hasn't been resolved within them, which is, I think, has been a source of, it's been a source of conflict and also sort of frustration on your part here. But this person is going to be, as a result, I think, of this change or rebirth or release. You know, this is like a release. It's almost like a release of a certain way of being, like maybe it's been a low vibe way of being, or it's been a focus on the physical or the material. As you both are going to step into the spiritual, you are almost transforming, you're almost moving into 5D. It's almost like you need to give each other the gift of time and space so that you can do the processing in order to move into that energy of the 5D. This is like an awakening energy, okay? And this other person is they're kind of onto it a little bit, like they kind of know that they need this awakening, but I think they realise that it's going to involve them being a little bit more independent, okay, of you, right? And the same goes for you here, okay? So this is, you know, it's like you've come at this from trying to come at from a point of understanding, but there's been conflicts, okay? You have this conflicting energy here. There's something that's not gelling. This is what you're bringing to the connection. And this is, yeah, what you are really wanting here, Cancer, is to, I guess, maybe spend a greater part of your life or a greater part of your time on your own terms. Okay, and I feel like this is an energy that you are going to be moving into. The Four of Wands is, it's really interesting that we have the Four of Wands as kind of synonymous with this, because it's like a special occasion. It's like an awakening, a point of awakening, stepping into release, relief, and rebirth. Okay, they're the three words that keep coming into my mind here. This could be talking about a separation of sorts, but it might not be like a permanent separation. It might just be that, okay, maybe one or both of you need to maybe just have, you know, a few months apart, a couple of months or something like that, okay? Just to sort of get a feel of what that is. But it's sort of going to be in the name of lightening the mood, of raising the frequency, of allowing both of you to step through your own individual portals. Or that, you know, maybe in doing this, in kind of separating apart for a little bit, it's going to allow you to come together down the track in a higher vibe way, in a new way, okay? Let's clarify the Death card right now. Okay, Cancer. This has been... It's really interesting that, yeah, I feel like you have been giving your power away to this person a little bit, or that this connection has, maybe for whatever reason, you have felt, you know, obligated. I mean, it could be a marriage, you know, an engagement, a marriage, or, you know, of sorts. Here we have the Three of Pentacles to clarify the Death. This is about this beginning of new creativity, of being practical, of preparing, and also of that, you know, there's a bit of a gap of time before something's going to happen here in a more concrete way. Let's grab another one off the top. And here we have the Page of Swords. Yeah, getting curious. And I think this is, you know, just bringing a new energy in. It's going to be, you know, talking, being communicative, also aligning with your own personal truths here. But it's in the name of, you know, personal truth and creativity. I think maybe some of the energies that you're going to both step into as individuals, if you can sort of take some time apart from each other, because I feel like there's been some codependent energies, there's been some, you know, misunderstandings and communication issues, and I think you're both wanting to just kind of move into more independence here. This is the final row, is that, you know, these two energies are you know, also quite feminine, divine feminine here as well. Let's grab an energy for the other person. Thanks, Spirit. Three of Wands. Yeah, another three. So embarking, this person is themselves looking to level up and to move into the unknown. And I think that it could be that their energy is just very much enmeshed with yours. And I feel that maybe they're needing to create a situation, and both of you to create a situation so that you can sort of have a little more time and energy to explore yourselves as individuals, is what I'm getting from this. An energy for you. Okay, Eight of Swords. And yeah, you are needing to set yourself free here, Cancer. Okay. And to, yeah, we have Six of Pentacles. Set yourself free into a more, a fairer exchange of your energy, okay? And yeah, so that's what I have for you there. I hope that's been helpful. Look forward to our next reading. In the meantime, have a great day, great week, and I'll see you again soon.